Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at problem 2451, odd string difference. In this video, we're going to share a treatment based on vector representation and dictionary. First, let's roughly look at the problem statement to digest the requirement, and then we do the coding and analysis. So we are given an array of equal length strings, words. Assume that the length of each string is m. So each string, words I, can be converted into a difference integer array called difference I of length n-1, where the difference at index g is the word at index g plus 1 minus the word at index g. Notice that the difference between two letters is the difference between their positions in the alphabet. In other words, the position of A is 0, B is 1, Z is 25. So here is an example, right? So all the strings in the words have the same difference integer array except one. So we should find that string. Return the string in words that has different difference integer array. So this problem actually is rather straightforward. I guess that may be also the reason that Leetcode marked this problem as easy. So let's look at one example 1 here. So for example 1, so let's look at ADC, because A is 0, D is 3, and C is 2. So the corresponding difference integer array is 3 minus 0, 2 minus 3, that is 3, negative 1. So similarly, we can interpret the difference integer array of WZY and ABC. So for this problem, the output is ABC, as the vector or integer array, difference integer array is 1, 1, different from others. So with that said, let's also look at the constraints. First, the word's length is bounded below by 3 and bounded above by 100. And the length of each of the words is in between 2 and 20. And words I consists of lowercase English letters. So this last assumption is important for our solution format here. So with that said, we are going to look at the analysis and write the code. So here the treatment is based on vector representation and dictionary. The main thing is the vector representation. So this is corresponding to the difference integer array, right? So this is corresponding the vector representation induced from the words, right? A word. So here, what we are going to do is the following. So given the word, so we convert its difference integer array to a vector, right? And we use this vector as a dictionary key, and the value is a list. So the words corresponding to the same vector are grouped in the same list. Then we find the key value pair with value length being 1, right? That's the key we're going to return, or the corresponding string. So with that said, so let's look at the code. So first I'm going to initialize a dictionary. So here I'm going to use a subclass of dictionary called default dictionary. So and the container I'm going to use is list. First, I'm also going to get the length of this word. So because they have the common length, so I track the length from word 0, right? And then we are ready to do the iteration and to make it to represent each word to be a vector, right? So for word in words, so we're going to represent this to be a vector. So here vector will be 0 times n-1, right? So this is the vector length of their difference integer array. So then we are going to iterate over this word. But you know, this is roughly constant because each word has a length bounded above by 20. So the 2 is for consistency, because this way, if the length is at least 2, we can consider the difference of characters in the words. So for I in range, so I'm going to start from 1 and ending at n-1. That's why we write n here. So the vector I minus 1, so This corresponds to the ordinality difference, ordinal number, right? So word I minus the ordinality of word I minus 1. So this way we get a list. So this vector is nothing but the difference integer array corresponding to the word. So in order to make a dictionary key, I'm going to use a tuple, right? So tuple vector, right? So tuple is immutable, which can be used as a dictionary key. Then we're going to set dk equals dk. So this is by default a list, an empty list, so we can append word, right? So this is the problem logic, right? Next we are going to do the return. So for key in D, right? So let's write in a for loop format. Well, essentially we just need to find the value, corresponding value with length 1, right? So if length of dk equals 1, so we're going to return dk. So let's return the first element. Then that's the return for this problem. So due to the problem logic, so this is the end of this solution format. So now we are ready to do a test. Yeah, it passes the first example. Now let's look at generic case. Yeah, it passes all the generic cases. I guess this problem, the vector representation, so we can do this mainly due to the assumption that words I consist of lowercase English letters only. So with that said, so I guess that's about it for this specific problem and this video. Thank you.